Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, so your U.S. General 5 drawer 2 cart with side tray and deep compartment. And as I always state, as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background, my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay, today is Sunday. We're gonna get back to it. You have to excuse the last couple of recordings. I didn't realize yesterday when I was recording that my hand was covering the microphone. So I'm gonna try to continue what I was trying to do yesterday. As you can see, things is packed up in the storage unit, so I'm gonna have to get some things out. I'm not gonna be able to get through everything that I would like to in the video. I'm gonna have to break them down into a few videos this week, but I'm gonna try to give you as much as I can give you today. So we're gonna jump right into it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start this off first with this right here. Like I always state, when I open this drawer, yes, you can see a lot of tool truck brand ratchets. So to say, snap-on. Um, Quite some time ago, I did have some Mac ratchets and a few other ratchets by a few other brands that weren't tool truck brand ratchets, which were actually my go-to ratchets. Unfortunately, some of them didn't hold up through the test of time, and it wasn't because they were misused. Some good ratchets that I did have, they actually failed in applications where that they basically shouldn't had. But I guess it's because they were being used so much and consistently all the time. Okay. But right now, what I'm going to show you is what you can see up top. This is the 50-piece quarter-inch Milwaukee service set in metric and standard. Then the box that's underneath it is the 3/8 drive. That's the 56 piece, and the one that's at the bottom is the newest set, which is the half-inch set. Okay, and then over here, as you can see, this is the Milwaukee 3/8 drive roto head ratchet on a quarter-inch body. Okay, testically compared to just so to say, here you are as a snap-on quarter-inch body. Okay, but you can tell that the Milwaukee is a little bit more longer and beefier in its design. Okay, so there was a gentleman by the name of Chris who has a channel, Client Graphics, who put out a video, about the strongest ratchets that are out there throughout all the major tool brands and distributors. And the ratchet that came in at top place that beat out all ratchets, it even beat out the snap-on ratchets, were the Milwaukee ratchets. I have had these sets for quite some time. The half-inch set is the most newest set that I have. As you can tell, I work in a professional shop, so these are actually my home use sets, so they haven't been used just yet. Okay, but they're there for when I need them. So as you can see in his video, out of those ratchets are the most strongest ratchets that they are out on the market, which comes from the brand of Snap-on and Milwaukee. But like I said, Milwaukee beats out all the other ratchets. I think the other ratchet that came in top place is the Tecton ratchet. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a good look and shot at these sets right here. Give you a good overview real quick. So just give me a second. Okay, like I said, I never opened these sets just yet. All right, but this is basically how the sets are looking, and this is basically what you get. And here at the bottom is all your metric sizes, and here in shallow, these are your deeps, these are your shallows. And then up top is your SAE standard, and this top row here is your SAE standard. Then you have your quarter-inch ratchet, which is a standard handle. Okay, then you have your two extensions. I believe one of them is 11-inch and the other is 6-inch. Then you have your universal swivel here. So as you can see, these are the 4 flat sets. So the back of the sets of the sockets are square. They're not round. Okay, like if you would see the front face of the sockets. Then you get up here. This is the 3/8 drive set, which is the 56-piece set here. You know, once again, you have all your metric here and here. Then the setup in this tray is a little bit different, testically compared to the 1/4 inch set, which here you have 2 extensions. You have universal swivel. Then you have your 3/8 standard ratchet that sits in the center. Then you have your SAE standards that run along here, okay? And then you have your SAE standard deeps. So you would have your deeps, your shallows, and your deeps, okay? And then as you can see, this range is from 6 millimeter all the way to 19 millimeter, okay? And metric sizes. And over here, as you can see, it runs from 5 millimeter. It even gives you a 5.5 millimeter socket in this 1/4 inch set, all the way to 15 millimeter. Okay. So with these 3 sets right here, okay, with the exception of me also just showing you the Milwaukee 3/8 drive ratchet. These are the 4 ratchets that I have in my selection that are not tool truck brand ratchets, other than snap-on. But as you and as I stated, you know, these are the most strongest ratchets out there throughout any brand and tool distributors at this prior moment. Okay. So I'm gonna get out the 1/2 inch set so that you can basically take a look at that also. Okay, another thing that I want to point out real quick is when it comes to the blow molded case on the 1/2 inch set, the latch design is different from the 3/8 drive and the 1/4 inch drive sets. As you can see, they do have very durable snap locking latches to the set, as you can see. Okay, and this is basically what the 1/2 inch set is looking like. Okay, and as you can see down here, you have your metric sizes, which ranges from 10 millimeter in deep to 19 millimeter, and the same thing for shallow, okay, which is all metric here. And then up top, just like the other sets, is SAE standard. And then you have your 1/2 inch standard handle ratchet, okay. So these are the standard handles that I actually have, and throughout all the ratchets that I have, I only have 4 different standard handle ratchet designs, testically compared to a smaller 1/4 inch body snap-on that I have, which you can see is a lock and quick release flex head. Okay, this is USA made. Okay, as you can see. So those are basically, you know, the 4 other ratchets that I do actually have, besides, you know, tool truck brand and snap-ons. Like I said, not all the time it's always about tool truck brand tool, because, you know, Milwaukee is not a tool truck brand. But as I just stated, and if you've never seen Client Graphics video on the strongest ratchets and the stress test that he put through those ratchets with the digital torque meters and things like that, you would understand. Okay, he put out an excellent video. That's a excellent video. He covered a large range of different ratchets by major tool distributors and major tool brands out there. Okay. Okay, another thing that I want to cover in this video, because just as well as you see, I have the chrome socket sets and the chrome service sets that they do sell here in the United States. They actually do have in metric and standard. But now when we start moving into the impacts, okay, they provide here in the United States only the thin wall deep impact socket sets. And within those sets, I actually have 3 of them, which is the 1/4 inch set. I have the 1/4 inch set down here in this blow molded case. This set that you see sitting at the top of the service set is the 1/2 inch set, which is SAE standards, and then inside the cart I have the 3/8 drive set, which is SAE standards. Okay, but the only 6-point metrics that I have actually only come in the 1/4 inch and the Milwaukee lug nut socket set that I was displaying and showing in the video. So what I was trying to explain was is that even though these two sets from the 3/8 drive and a 1/2 inch do come in SAE standard here in the United States, there are metric sets that are out there. Okay, they're just not distributed here. So if you take a look at its blow molded case, okay, and you can see how they leave you this empty void in the foam tray. This is where the other sockets come, because the way that the setup is for the metric set is a little bit different technically compared to this set. And that just goes so to say with the metric set that they have overseas for the 1/4 inch set, because in that set there's more units that are provided in their blow molded case. It just does not come with sockets. It also comes with bits that are provided also by Milwaukee and their authorized dealers over there across seas. I actually showed the images of how they look in quite a few videos in the past. So if you didn't see those videos, I'll possibly put those links in the description. The videos are called Milwaukee tools that most people don't know exist. Okay, that lug nut socket set that is made by Shockwave Duty, which is 19 millimeter, 17 millimeter, 19 millimeter, and 21 millimeter, are 6-point metric sockets. Okay. One other thing that I want to go to point out, there are plenty of people out there and plenty of technicians and mechanics that are familiar with these sets. But for the viewers out there who basically haven't seen them, I still have to mention it and throw it in the video, is that, as you see the trays are removable from their blow molded cases so that you can lay them down in your tool chest or your toolbox and so on and so forth. I have these sets for easy access so that when I'm doing work outside of the shop, and with my own personal use. So this is why I have these, so that at any given time, if I assess a job and I see that, it requires 1/4 inch equipment, I can just simply snatch the 1/4 inch set. Or if it needs a 3/8 drive equipment, I can just snatch the 3/8 drive. Or if it requires a 1/2 inch application, I can just simply grab the 1/2 inch application. So that's just basically what that is on that part right there. Okay, so just real quick, I put it back in its original packaging the way that it comes. I did this so the viewers can see how it looks when you first purchase it. Okay, and this is the 1/2 inch drive set, which is metric and ASAE, ratchet and socket with 4 flats. Okay, and it shows you the extensions. It shows you the removable storage tray over here. As you can see, this product is lifetime guaranteed and warranted. Okay, it shows that the ratchet has a 90 tooth design, as you can see here. This is basically what is being provided in the set as far as sockets is concerned. This is a 47 piece. Okay, and if you notice that the back of the sockets are square, and here, as you can see, they show you that they're wrench ready. Just for an instance, and say you were working on a job, and it always happens to technicians and mechanics all the time. They wind up leaving a ratchet underneath the hood, or they get into an extra extraordinary situation and they leave a ratchet behind, but they actually have a wrench. This is where these sockets actually, can become your most best friend. All right. Okay, so these are a few roto head options. As you can see, this is the 100 tooth snap on, and this is the 70 tooth 1/4 inch body. Once again, as you can see, this is a 3/8 drive on a 1/4 inch body. On the Milwaukee, it comes down to the shaft roughly about here. I'm not quite sure how far the shaft extends inside the comfort grip of the snap-on. You know, I don't get all scientific into it like that, but there's quite a few videos that are out there, you know, channels like Client Graphics and a few other channels who actually go into the full range specs of a lot of equipment that get a little bit more into depth, can give you information on things such as that right there. Okay, but these are some of the most strongest ratchets that are out there on the market at this very prior moment. Okay, my 100 tooth roto head ratchet, um, as of late, I had started using this ratchet a whole lot more often. Not for nothing. As you can see down here, I have my bent handle, but I actually have two bent handles. This is my second spare, which is actually a brand new one. But inside the tool cart, I actually have another one that's laid at the top, where the sockets is at, because you know that's my first and main go-to right there. I actually have a second one just in case, you know, if I was to misplace my first initial one, or I was to lose it or something like that. Okay. Okay, real quick, what I want to point out, yesterday's video, I didn't have out the tape measure so that I can give approximate measurement, okay, for the chest, and testically compared to being able to mount two cordless tool holders to the back of the chest. So as we know, the length is um, 30 inches across, okay. um, this tool holder right here is 14.5 inches, so you will definitely be able to mount two of them towards the back actually without no problem. You shouldn't actually have absolutely any issues, depending upon where you would want to mount it. Okay, I'm looking at actually going below this threshold roughly about right here. When you have the guns in the tool holder itself, it will not interfere basically with the top lid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my top lid and get out one of my guns, or get out three of them and put them in the tool holder so that you could basically get a good visual. Okay. So on second thought, it wouldn't be a good idea for me to basically put three in a holder, because it actually would be quite heavy for me to hold it with one hand and demonstrate and try to record at the same time. So what I did was is I just pulled out one of my stubbies, the 1/4 inch stubby, so that it's a little bit more lighter rather than my 3/8 stubby or a bigger impact, or one of my pneumatics, because you know the pneumatics is more heavier than the cordless, as you can see. Okay, so it would be more like this. So we'll go here underneath, and basically it wouldn't interfere with anything. It should basically do well. Okay, and with having two of these mounted to the back is where the power supply would actually go anyway. Okay, and I don't need many chargers, because I actually have one charger that charges both systems, which is the 18 M18 line and the M12 line. Okay, so you know, it makes more sense, and I'll have extra space to do other things and store other things if necessary, and if it comes to it, towards the back. But like I said, yes, 30 inches across, and the cordless tool holder is only 14.5 inches, so you should do fine. My intention with these is that I'm gonna mount two to the back, and then I'm gonna mount another one up underneath the handle over here, because I actually do have the side tray, and I need my side tray because I have a tablet holder that is actually connected to the cart also. I just don't have it on the cart at the moment. But as you can see in most of the majority of my videos, when I'm recording, you can always see a tablet that's connected to the cart. That's basically for my diagnostic purposes. Okay. Okay, so yeah, pretty much like I was saying, I have 15 different guns between cordless handguns and the ratchets and the guns that you see down here, with the exception of the three pneumatic Ingersolls that I have, which I also have the most newest edition that's down here, which is the Ingersoll Rand air hammer. Okay, so all combined is 15 different, you know, units. So my intention is to be able to mount six of them towards the back. The only one that I will not be able to fit in the cordless tool holder is the half inch. Okay, so the half inch will always be stationary, possibly in the bottom drawer. Okay, but during that time I will now take it out its original manufactured box and basically get this blow molded case out the bottom drawer, and basically get the charger that's in this blow molded case mounted to one of those tool holders. Okay, there's other solutions when it comes to those cordless Husky tool holders, is that um, if depending upon what type of cordless you have, like Milwaukee, they have like battery mounts and cordless ratchet mounts, where that they could be mounted to a surface where they hold the batteries and hold the tool upright. So that's another idea also. I don't actually have the mounts in my possession, but I do know that they're there. I do know that they exist, and basically I have the idea to be able to um, lock the ratchets in and have them upright. Okay, and they basically will not go anywhere, even if somebody tends to bump the card or something like that. Just as well as I demonstrate, like, on my side tray. I don't actually have it connected at the moment, but I have a tablet mount that's very strong and is very durable. I've shown it in a few other videos where that it's flexible, and if somebody bumps the card, it's not gonna fall, or the tablet is not gonna come crashing down or hitting the floor or anything like that. It's very, very durable. I didn't pick it up for a lot of money or nothing like that. They actually have those tablet holders on what is that, like the wish.com and the wish apps and things like that. I found it on a site like that, which you can pick up for super cheap. They're not expensive at all. You can get them for like $4 or $5 or something like that. Just to put that information out there, if you ever wanted where to locate it, or wherever you need one. And the size tablet that I use, they do hold bigger tablets. Okay, just as well as I see some people who do some modifications and they put the screens inside the carts and things like that. Like, there's no real need to be drilling or anything like that, because if you had the side tray, you can actually mount those things to the side tray, and the side tray will hold up. Like, some people use magnets, and they get worried, whether somebody bumps the card and then the tray comes crashing down. Honestly, I've never had that issue, not with my card at least. Okay, but just to put that out there. So yeah, I will be trying to get six guns basically to the back, and I'm gonna put another three guns on this side over here, so that will be 9 units altogether around the cart. I will have the power supply. That's why I'm glad that Tariq and CP the Tool Addict, they basically sent me the #1 Milwaukee step bit, because I'm gonna be using that bit to perform how and which way I'm gonna decide to run the wiring, whether I want to run wiring to the inside also for other devices, just so to say, because I do have the snap-on wireless unit. As you can see, this is the magnetic base that the units sit on, which are two lumen lights. Okay, but they also have their connections. Okay, once you put them up on, like, as you can see. Okay, so that's just basically how that is. All right. Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna wrap this part of the video up at the prior moment. I'm not gonna make this video right here, as I made some of the last couple of videos. I'm gonna save some of the content for a later time, through things in little parts, because I don't want to bore the viewers out there. If there's something that you want to ask a question or something that you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Like I said, I'm not no hater, anything like that. I just get into my craft. I have thrown out a lot of different videos, and I only have but so many subscribers. I've got some videos that are getting quite a few, and then I just happen to notice a few things out there. I always have, I don't know what to call them, internet trolls or whatever. I always have that famous 1 to 2 to 3 people. They may give the video a thumbs down. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I say in the video, or because they see that, what I'm saying, or something else that may not be of their preference, or whatever they don't like. It's really none of my business. If you don't like the video, the thing is you could just keep scrolling. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to open the video in order to dislike the video. You understand? But it's always something obvious that draws your attention to basically open up the video just to view it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no big thing. All right. So everybody enjoy your weekend out there, and to all the good people, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We getting ready to start a new week, and as the week is coming along, I do have some things coming, so stay tuned. Just as well as for the new things, I will be back to the storage to get through the rest. Because like I said, I have a lot. There's a lot that I basically have down here in this workbench that I have to go through. But by me trying to record everything, as much as there's, I wound up making the video 3 hours long, and the device that I'm recording from only allows me to record up to an hour. So technically, I won't be able to cover everything. I'm gonna have to do things in more smaller segments and parts and things of that nature. So I'm gonna get this stuff, back packed up, and then I'm gonna get back to my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You already know. So peace.